welcome back or welcome to my quaint, humble little YouTube channel. And today I wanted to talk about some of my favorite things I've learned from watching lots and lots of near-death experiencers talk about their experience. I watch people interview them, and I must have watched, well, at least dozens and dozens, maybe 100, maybe more by now over the last few years. And I just wanted to condense some of the information so that you don't have to watch all of those. And just keep in mind that these are my favorite things and that everyone had unique experiences, even though there were many commonalities in most of them, because they didn't actually die. So they're going to like the entryway to heaven, but they didn't actually go to heaven, if you want to call it that. Um, so it's not exactly like what's going to happen when we die, but it's pretty close. It confirms a lot of things I've learned over the years, and so I wanted to condense a few of these things and share them with you, and hopefully you'll find them as interesting as I did. So, the first thing is that some people, when they crossed over, they were in their bodies still, not a solid body. Obviously, they were in the shape of their bodies that was maybe see through. But then other people experienced being just orbs of light, which for me confirms that that's what we truly are, is beings of light from God. And so I found this really interesting that some would say that they would see the tunnel of light and others never saw that, but the ones that did see it, a few said they realized that they weren't in a tunnel, that the light was actually them. I think that is really cool. Everyone that I, okay, maybe almost everyone, I'm going to try not to generalize here, but almost everyone said they were engulfed by indescribable love. And that's what God was. That nobody saw a man, nobody saw, um, usually when they felt God, it was just light, a presence of indescribable love and light, and that was it. Then most people had a life review where you get taken over all of your main life experiences, and you would kind of re-experience the feelings of those, but you would also re-experience the feelings of others that you affected. So this is basically the only punishment you would ever get, because it's yourself feeling the other person's feelings. Say you hurt someone really badly and you're feeling what you did to them, and in the space of having your life be over with and knowing you can't change that now, I would imagine I would feel regret and sadness and mm, just, geez, I wish I had done that differently. So that really helps to make me more aware, even though it doesn't help all the time when you're in the moment of being angry or whatever. It's hard to remember, don't hurt people because you're going to end up feeling this later. So that's the only thing anybody ever said about any sort of punishment. And nobody called it that because it wasn't punishment. It was just, oh, that was interesting. Nobody was being made to feel guilty or made to feel anything. They were just experiencing feelings, and then they'd say, "Oh, well, that was interesting. Yeah, maybe next time I'll do better." Um, Everybody said we are infinite. We are infinite beings. We don't really die. We just change form. Like energy is energy always. It cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes form. Kind of like water can be so many forms. Water can be flowing. It can be ice, it can be vapor, you know, where, okay, so I'm gonna, I almost went on a tangent there. I stopped myself. So let's stay on track here. And, oh, ooh, this is really cool. Some people, instead of seeing the tunnel of light, some people saw or went to a void, which was described not as a scary place, but as a peaceful, indescribably peaceful emptiness. And some said it was where everything and nothing existed at the same time. I think this is fascinating. You can't tell. So, to me, this is a little advanced here, but some people will get this and others, it's fine if you don't, because it took me a long time to get here. But it explains to me why we have to come here into these bodies, because if we exist in a place of infinite peace and love and there's nothing but bliss, or if we're in a void where everything and nothing exists, there is every possibility available. We have to narrow our focus. To come here, narrow our focus means like our consciousness gets focused into our bodies. And it is only by pretending we're separate from God that we can expand by experiencing this separation and remembering who we really are. That's probably as simple as I can keep that, but I hope that made some sort of sense. But we have to, in order to expand, which is the whole purpose, I believe, of God, the universe, everything is to expand. Life wants to expand itself, and consciousness wants to expand itself. So in order to do that, you have to experience something that causes you to grow, which is this separation. So you can't grow in a space of infinite bliss and oneness, because there's nothing that can occur that could make you learn anything. So I hope that makes sense. Maybe I'll try to make a different video about going into more depth of that. Okay, other people, or most people, said we absolutely plan our lives here. Many say it's down to our parents. We pick our parents, we pick, or at least the correct set of circumstances, which would be, oh, well, I need this circumstance, so these parents fit that. It's not like you pick the parents first, although that could be possible too, for all I know. But I need this circumstance because I want to learn forgiveness, or I want to learn self-love, say. So how do you learn self-love? Well, you probably have to experience the opposite of that. So you have to experience not feeling loved in order to learn how to give that to yourself. That's just one example. And keeping with that theme is most of these people who had near-death experiences said that the main reason most of us come here, or a lot of us come here, is to learn how to be love, how to be more love, how to forgive. It's kind of the same thing. Forgiving is being love, because forgiving is forgiveness. It's forgiving. It's not for keeping. So it's basically, I don't like to say love school, because I don't think this is a school, because I think we already are perfect in spirit form. But we don't need to learn anything, but we do want to expand ourselves and expand our souls, and expand our consciousness. And so we volunteer to come here and do this. And that's another thing that a lot of people say, is that when we are planning our lives and we're planning all these challenges and hard things that will teach us the lessons, or not lessons, but will help us to expand by learning certain or remembering certain things. I keep saying learning, but I mean remembering, because I feel like we're just remembering stuff. We're excited about the painful things, excited about the challenges. We think we can handle it. It's going to be a piece of cake. And, maybe we're a little bit surprised about that when we actually get here, but it's not serious. I just want to stress that this is not serious. We come here to play. We're just playing in creation because we can't really, we're always playing on the other side. So we want to come here and play in a totally different and new way that will actually serve our souls. Oh, I love this one. This one lady said, I wish I could remember her name, but I've watched so many that I can't possibly. But she said something I'd never heard before in watching dozens of these. She said that God told her, God meaning light, told her that her thoughts about other people helped to create more of that aspect in them, whatever she was thinking about them. She actually said, I think she said, my thoughts about that guy being an asshole, I probably shouldn't swear on a YouTube video, made him be more of an asshole. Okay, too late. I already did it, so I don't know how to edit yet. So there you go. So that I think is so cool and fascinating, because I've actually experienced this to be true, where I've practiced changing my thoughts about people and just as an experiment to see what would happen, and it actually worked. People would show up. If I thought of someone bringing the best of themselves, they would bring the best of themselves, and it works. So just try it. If you don't believe me, try it. Because all these things, every single thing I ever talk about, I can't really speak of it unless I have experienced it to be true. I mean, some of it's just going to be knowledge that's not coming from a place of I know this to be true. It's so it's not knowledge, it's information. Okay, so information is different from knowledge. So knowledge to me is something I've experienced. I know it to be true, and in a deep part of myself in my heart. So that's what I share, is the things that I've experienced to be true. Okay, those are some of the top points, and there's so much more, but I find those to be the most fascinating and maybe useful ones. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and I thank you so much for watching and being here. Thanks to my new subscribers, very exciting. So enjoy, have a wonderful day.